Hello, friends, bros, and whoever is watching my videos. I'm glad to welcome you back in Pav's workshop. And today I'm finally going to do a shop tour. It's going to be a first tour since I've moved into this shop, which was about 2.5 years ago. Actually, exactly 2.5 years ago. Time flies so fast. So those of you who watch my channel for some time know that my last shop has burned down. It was a real bummer, a real butt kicker. But together with you, I managed to set up a new shop and it's coming along kind of nicely. Sometimes good, sometimes shit. You know how it be. If you're interested to see the story with this whole shop, you can go back into my channel and watch the videos about the fire and my last shop. It's not gonna be hard to find, I don't have a lot of videos anyways. So when I just moved here, it was nothing but the steel racks to hold some boxes or whatever. It was like a little warehouse. This shop is located at like big industrial zone, I would say. And it works perfectly for me. There is a good security that secures the area. A lot of creative people working around. The landlord is super sweet. He gives me work sometimes and we're like good friends. The location of this shop is so good because the hardware store is literally like 5 minutes drive from here, and on a bike it's like 10 minutes, which saves my ass all the time. There is a place to buy all kinds of steel, they're just my neighbors. There is a place to buy all kinds of plywood, literally 7 minutes drive from here. And from my house, it depends. If it's traffic, it may be like 20 to half an hour drive, or if I go in the evening or in the morning when there is no traffic, it's literally like 10 or 15 minutes. So it's pretty good. And before I get into showing you around, if you're gonna have any kinds of questions, you can drop them down into comments or DM, and I'm gonna answer them in some next video. You got what you need to do? I'm not pushing you. Anyways, let's start the tour. So pretty much everything that's built here, you can find a video on my channel of how I build it. So great, right? No need to thank me. So we're gonna start with the main entrance to my shop. This drawing here I've just done very recently in a previous video actually. It was a pretty interesting job and I think it looks fantastic. I really like it. Pav's workshop. By the way, Pav's is just abbreviation of my surname, which is Pavlyukevich. So we have Pav's workshop on the entrance. And then we have the steel gate that I've made for some protection. I have alarm sensor attached to the first door, so if it gets open, I'm getting notified and the security getting notified as well. So it works like this. I'm not gonna tell you much more than this. So moving on to the right, I have my welding setup, and next to it I have my just general workshop corner. Not much to add about it. Let's get closer. I have this little organizer thing here with some like bolts and rivets and like some electronics. Basically all the little parts I have just fits into this piece nicely, and it's I think it's actually not the best place for it. I want to move it somewhere there because it's like, nah, I don't like it. I have some of my helmets that I use for work. They've been here for quite some time. You can see how much dust it gets on everything. I guess it's from grinding and welding this black dust. It's like super annoying, especially in like this area. Everything gets covered with this black dust and I have to clean it all the time because I'm kind of I don't like when this black dust is on every surface I have. This section is a bit better, but this is like really gets covered with some black dust. Yeah, that sucks. I have this big tank with welding gas. I've had it for almost like 2 years and I'm like at the half of it. So I think I'm gonna swap it for the smaller tank so I can take it with me somewhere. It's super heavy and like I don't use that much gas anyways. Here I have my welding machine, which was one of the cheapest welders from eBay. It's so shit, but it actually does the job and I've actually made quite some money with it. I'm planning on getting a new one. I'm just not ready right now to spend like 2 big ones for the welder. So I'm gonna live with the crappy welder for some time. That's fine. Here I have just some chunks of steel, some bigger chunks here, some chunks of plate, and I have this brick here, if you're wondering. So next to my welding table, I have my metal chopping saw, and the height of it matches the height of the table, and I can cut like my metal stock easily. Here I have just some like welding accessories, some like brazing rods there as well, and here I have some more welding tools. These are actually super awesome. I just got them recently. These are the welding squares from Fireball. These are so nice. I cannot wait to put them into real good use. Yeah, awesome stuff. So to the right from the chopping saw, I have my big disc sander. This is such an awesome tool. I love it so much. I've built it some time ago. There's a video on it, and it's probably like I use it every day that I'm in the shop, whether I'm working with metal or with wood. I use it all the time. So awesome. Just a regular bench grinder, nothing special about it. A drill press. Underneath this table I have my old oilless compressor that sounds like a machine gun, but it's cheap, so we keep it. So behind my drill press there is this rack with all like my spray paints, tapping oils and all stuff like this. I keep it here. There is a butane torch, like silicones, and I keep this stuff here. So here I have my little display with my saws. Nothing too special, just a regular hacksaw, Japanese saw, like general purpose saw and jigsaw. This is pretty sweet, the Benzi saw. Nice. This area here is just kind of always a mess. I have some like fishing lures and stuff. I don't know why. I have my old Maglite flashlight that's like been corroded so bad. It's like all the batteries stuck inside, and I really want to fix it because it's been sitting like this for like at least 10 years. Just never get time to take care of it. And this one is pretty cool. My girlfriend made this when she was with me in the shop. I like it. It's nice. Just some storage for pens and pencils from the old Montana can. And this is my little setup with some smaller tools, like some taps, 1, 2, 3 blocks, some wrenches, little tapping guide, some little squares. Just basically stuff like that, nothing too special. My drill bits here, my discs for the angle grinder, and some jigsaw blades and knife blades and some of them. Safety first. My wood stove, which is in summer mode with this polk table, gives me a lot of extra surface space, and right now it's just a bunch of crap pretty much. So just above the stove is this shelf with all kinds of stuff. I really want to organize all this, but it's just like, it's gonna happen someday, but I don't know when this day is going to become. And here I have just my wood screws. To the right from the stove is kind of my storage for the bigger metal that doesn't fit under my table. So I keep it here. And to the right, you know how I told you that this space is a mess? Forget about this. This is a real mess. I don't know, it's always like this, always messy, just a bunch of stuff here in general. And this little red tank with gasoline. I don't know how it got here, it's just here, I can't remember, and I don't need it, and I cannot throw it away, so I don't know what to do with it. So stupid. And my 2 apple boxes. These are so useful. I never thought they're gonna be so useful until I built them, and now I use them all the time. Super nice. If you don't have the apple boxes, make them and you're gonna be golden. So little plywood rack on wheels, so I can move it anywhere in the shop, but for now it stands here. Bunch of plywood leftovers, some bigger chunks of ply. And to the right we have my sink setup, which is so freaking useful. There is a shared bathroom in this area, but it's some distance away. And I don't want to walk there when it's super cold just to wash my hands. And building stuff, your hands get dirty all of the time. All of the time. So this setup saves my ass. I have a bunch of cleaning solutions here. Just the good old fairy cleans the dirty hands very good. This little water heater, so I always have some warm water. Just a nice setup in general. And this is me. Hello! So to the right we have some chunks of sheet steel. I think I have enough to build another stove, which I want to do someday and maybe put it for sale, but that's when I have time, of which I don't have a lot these days, and that's sad. So here I have this Coca-Cola fridge. I want to restore it, put some new lights in, and I want to make something inside. I'm not sure, maybe some storage. I don't know, because I have other fridge that's inside my arcade where I can keep like my drinks. I'm still figuring this out. Don't know, maybe something nice, maybe not. And next to it, my tool cart, which I actually want to rebuild and kind of build it underneath this corner piece. So basically I want to move all of my tools so it's like in this corner. Right now it's just kind of spread across my shop, which is not perfect. My chop saw is right there because I barely use it. Since, you know, I've got this sled on my table saw, I don't really use this miter saw anymore. So after the fridge, I have this little like commonplace, I'm gonna call it. Here I have my famous arcade. My friends play it all the time when they come over. I don't really touch it. Some clothing, the obligatory GTA San Andreas poster. Pretty much all of the kids my age in my neighborhood, we grew up playing GTA San Andreas for hours and hours and hours. GTA San Andreas multiplayer was the best shit, and we still kind of joke about it all the time. I think it's been such a great game for the time it's been made in. So good. So here I have my dip setup. I can do some dips when I feel like I need some pump. And here I have my, what do you call it, pull-up bar. Actually, I'm gonna get some pump now. Just joking, I'm not gonna bore you with this. Next to it, I have my firewood and some fire briquettes to feed my hungry stove, and some accessories to clean the chimney, my Fiskars big axe. And to the left, we enter the secret room. This is just like kind of a chill out zone. I have my lovely, awesome sewing machine here. I keep it underneath this cover so it doesn't get dusty. I have my camera stuff here, couple shelves with bunch of just stuff in general. This was a pretty fun build. Some old cameras, some old books. Most of the stuff is like covered with black soot. It's from the fire in my last shop. A lot of the stuff actually survived, but it's all in this kind of fiery condition. Like this speaker, check this out. It is so melted, but it still freaking works. I don't know how, but it sounds just like new. It's like all melted, but it still works. Good stuff. Just the cheapest IKEA sofa, which is pretty good, and the little computer table with my old laptop. And this, I really like this window. It looks like some sort of laboratory. I like it a lot. A clock that never worked. My mom gave it to me, thanks. This door is pretty sweet too. I'm so glad they've made this window here and on the side. So then we can come up stairs. Here, nothing too special here really, just like my little brother's bike. A bunch of paints and a bunch of stuff for work. Just some boxes with some plumbing here as well, some like painting stuff, tiling stuff, all sorts of like cable leftovers. Pretty much all sort of stuff I may need for work. And from here, it's a pretty sweet view actually. I'm really glad how my shop is coming along. I hope I'm gonna watch this video in maybe like 2 years, and hopefully it's going to be even better. And so as I come down from my storage loft, there is my mini lathe. Oh, actually not a good idea to keep it like this. So you may also wonder if there is any bad things about the shop. Well, they're not really the bad things, they're just the things that I have to adapt to and kind of work around them. But yes, we have them, and so it gets cold. In the winter, when outside is like minus 20, 25, here it doesn't get below 0, but it's like 1 or 2 degrees Celsius here. And I have to put my stove right away when I come. I have to put my electric heater, and maybe like half an hour, and then this place is getting better. But yes, it gets cold. Would be super awesome to have the electric heating running here all the time, but it gets very expensive for me too. I counted, it's gonna be like 200 euros or something per month to keep this place warm all the time. And I'm not ready to spend that much on keeping this shop when I'm not here. Maybe sometimes in the future, but not right now. Also, the roof leaks sometimes, but it leaks when there is like piles of snow, and if I don't clean it before everything starts to melt, then it's a problem. But again, I just have to clean it on time and everything is fine. The floors are super wacky. I don't know who poured them, but they're all cracked. Would be nice to have the nice straight floors, then I can weld some bigger construction on my floor, and it's also better for everything that's on casters that is in my shop. And I have a lot of things on casters, pretty much everything. But again, I can live with that. Some other smaller things, but it's fine, I'm not so picky about them. The signal is not the best here as well. It's pretty much like a little bunker, but Spotify loads and that's good. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video here. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate, drop them down. I want to make a video answering your questions. Stay tuned for the next videos. Smash that like, subscribe, check out the Patreon if you want to support the channel with a few bucks a month. Link always down below. And I see you soon. Take care.